Evening all, and welcome back to Factory Town. So, in the last episode, I discovered that down here we require mana power to do things. So that's what we're going to do in this episode. But before I get into that, just want to point out, last episode I put in these loops here to run splitters off of things so that we wouldn't get as many things going on. I'm missing the meat one for some bizarre reason. I don't know why I've got that one turned off. I think it's because it's not needed. The egg one is turned on. It's something I'm missing something here that I was doing. So I'm going to remove that one there. And what I want to point out is as it was a YouTuber, a subscriber called Javamuko who pointed this out one there, so thank you for that suggestion. But I didn't actually need to build this system here. I could have just replaced the sorter with the splitters because they work. Splitters can be turned on and off by the ball functions, so that would work fine. It's still annoying that rails can't be turned on or off. That would be even better, but no. So instead of the splitters, which I can just remove like so, and then we can remove the train tracks there and save ourselves a few train tracks. We can just go along, put in the logistic blocks splitters. 4, 5, 6, like so, and I'm going to remove the meat one and remove the egg one because we're not using them at all. I don't think we're ever going to use them. I might do just to use them, but well, for now we're not. So let's just turn them off, and I'll attach those to there, and you'll see that they turn red and they do nothing. But when they turn green, like here, this one will go down. And the next train will just carry on. So that works better. Thank you for pointing that one out. That's thins the logic out even more. So that's probably version 3000 of this train system now that we've got to. So yeah, quite happy with that. I do want to change this around here. I was toying with the idea of switching one of these farms over to being bread only, and I may well do that because we're having issues keeping up with the bread demand, so I might change 2 of these over to being animal feed and one being just flour, because animal feed gets priority because it only requires 2 grain, whereas flour requires 3. So yeah, but I'm going to leave that for the moment, and instead I'm going to actually do what I said I was going to do, and we're going to look into making mana power. And I'm not entirely... Well, to do that, we need to let this finish, don't we? Yes, this is required to make the things. Let's speed this up, shall we? Let's get this one going. Can add an air booster as well to this. A solid crystal charged elemental power. Not really sure. Oh, I can transmit air crystals to this and make it go even faster. So that's a thing. That takes 5 seconds to produce 1 wood. This is producing wood every 2 seconds. So yeah, I mean the other thing we can do is plug this into our power network, I believe. Yes, we can. It is totally something that can use our power network. This has changed colour as well. You notice it's now well, a different colour, and it threw me off on the first saw it because it looked as if the pipes were empty, but no, it's not. This is correct. This is how it should be. So there we go. Right, and then that's going to boost that up to 260% power. which is good. It actually means it's going to start using more logs than it's currently getting, which is sort of a problem, although not a problem at the same time. Stops for a moment. Let's just throw more people at this, shall we? Oh, we can add 10 people to that one. That's interesting. Right, so let's see here. We're getting 2, 1, 2, make. There we go, that looks balanced. That's producing 2 a go, and it's using red coins, which is fine. I've got plenty of red coins, not an issue. So that's doing that. That's producing this, which means that I mean, if you're producing paper every 2 seconds, that means every 20 seconds we are going to get 1 more point in this. So that's got a while to go yet. So in that case, let's actually do this here. Let's change this up here and see what we can do here, because well, one, we've got a train crash going on there for some strange reason. Right, so what I really want to do then is I want to have, say, or what I want to do is get very confused as to why that one's full of flour, yet that was the one that's being grabbed. What is going on here? Let's toggle that. The bind is saying yes. So that is true. Ah, that's been turned off for some bizarre reason. That's probably why. Nope, you're still not working. Why is this? What's gone wrong here? So you require that to be true. So let's turn that one on. And all that to be true. So that's correct. There we go. You're now grabbing the flour there. And the second one will go down there and grab the flour from there, which there isn't any. I'm thinking of getting rid of this. Let's get rid of that. And also let's get rid of that. So let's not go 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Let's just go basically, if there's a train going down here, grab from that one. If there isn't, then grab from that one. Simple as that. So, yeah, that's probably the best way to do this. What happened there? Ah, you've got more than 20 in you now, so that's what happened there. Okay, you're getting bread, you're doing that. Right, so things are working again. Okay, but we want to change this round. So, how do I want to do this? I mean, I could have... Let's turn off the recipe. Let's do that for a start. Okay. That. Right. That means everything's going to back up. Should do. Okay, you've got loads of animal feeds, you've got that, you've got no animal feed. So, and what we'll do is we'll change these two to animal feed. And this one to flour. and we'll have the flower one come this way. I think that'll be a better way to do it. Directly feed that barn with flour. So yeah, I think that would work. Probably a better way of doing it. You're going to grab all the animal feed. That's fine. That does also mean I can change things down here with these rails here and make things a bit faster, a bit smoother. I think I'll start by removing all that there. Not required anymore. You've still got a flower inside, so you are required to go that way. Let's unlink that for the moment. Unlink that. So you will grab what is needed when it's needed. It's still not quite filtering it out yet, which is fine. That's not a problem. Right, so we can remove that barn there and remove that one there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a barn down here. I might put two barns down here, in fact. Or just the one, I'm not sure. We could have both of them feeding a single barn. But I think I probably like the idea of them feeding two barns. So we've got space. I think that would make more sense. Right, that one's empty as well, so in that case I can turn off that. Out you come. That was a mistake. Put that back. Right, there we go. Okay, so you can go. Okay. You've got no flour in you anyway, so we can remove this here. And you can go. Right, so we want a barn there and a barn there. Okay. And I'm going to have them quite literally just pick up directly from the barns to every possible one it comes to, because I'm not all that fussed about it picking up from one barn and the other one, because these 5 carts are purely for animal feed, nothing else, so it doesn't matter. So you can go around doing that, and I'm going to move that barn just to make things look better. Yeah, there we go. Right. Okay, and I also don't need to have that in there anymore because, well, we don't. So what's going to happen is this one is going to be apparently I'm going to add a mana booster to that. That was a mistake, but we're going to produce animal feed with it, and then this one we are going to produce animal feed as well. Okay, and then we are going to pump the animal feed directly into the barn, like so. I'm actually thinking of shrinking that even more because I can. I can put one there and one there. There we go. Then the same here. We'll come out. And we'll go back of the barn. So, and just because I want it to look good, I'm going to grab those and prop it up under the train and at the corners. There we go. Just to... Oh. There we go. Boom. Boom. There we go. Now it looks as if it's actually being held up by something. So, yeah. And we'll put in the conveyors and the grabbers. Boom and boom. Right, there we go. Okay. Down there, run that across there. Like so. And that should mean that, there we go, we're going to start grabbing animal feed. And the great thing is as well, this cart has got one animal feed in it, because it's all it can pick up from that barn. But because it's going to cross this storage barn here that's now got one inside it, it should pick up another one, because it's the same amount, it's the same item. So it can pick up from multiple resources. So if that barn has like 10 in it, the first cart will pick up 10, then when it gets to the next barn, it will pick up the next 10. So yeah, it's always gonna work that way. So yeah, everything's gonna flow and run better, I believe. Okay. The issue we have is that these barns can't output fast enough. That's a bit of a problem. But we can fix that when we come to getting our air going. Our air system. Right, so I actually didn't want to do that. I actually want to put that back. And I'm going to grab that and turn it around. And then we're going to grab a bear put it there, and then we're going to set that to being flour. Okay. And yeah. Okay, you can have an air booster put onto you, but I haven't actually got any air going around doing anything yet, so that's not going to happen. You are producing flour. I need to relink the flour one to that one there, because otherwise we're going to end up with lots upon lots of flour. We do want flour, but we don't want it to be running all the time. So yeah, there we go. So we have 2 farms running our flour and 2 farms running our animal feed system. Again, I could have moved this off this way and had the grain mill in the centre here and then just feed that barn directly. It would kind of look nicer, but nah, I'm not all that fussed about it. I think I'll just leave it as is. The issue we're just purely having is that our barns can't output fast enough. Could add second grabbers onto it. I have noticed as well, we have a missing resource. So let's plant another herb here. Oh, we can't plant the herb because we don't have any. Because this isn't herb, this is cotton. So let's plant cotton instead. There we go. Right. Interesting that we don't have any herbs when I'm sure we have some stashed here, which we do, but of course that isn't an actual thing now, is it? That's not a... Right, let's empty you out of all your herbs. Right, and then we can finally remove that farm. You are now getting water for some... Oh yeah, because the kitchen was on water, so it had water in. Okay, nah, we can deal with that later. So the kitchen can go, and this can go now. This is done. We are done with this. So fairly well. With that, cutting that off, and then we've got 35 herbs in the barn for when we want to plant them elsewhere at some point. What are you? You're still dropping coal off. Tell you what, you can do that, and then you can stop, because I would kind of like you to get some iron ore as well. We have some in a barn here anyway. That probably isn't a priority. Why does that have leather in it? How interesting. Build a path down there. So we have paths going everywhere doing everything. We have a random worker there. I'm sorry, you're going to get the sack. You have done a fantastic job. I thank you, but you're now going to get the sack. We have 100 cakes there because of this cake factory. It's still technically doing what it's supposed to be doing. Might actually shut it down. And save my workers because they're not doing anything here. So, right. You are to grab the leather from here and put it in that barn there. And you are to grab cakes from here and take them all the way across the entire world and drop them in the speciality goods. Yes, and you have 20 cakes in you, but you can't do anything about it. Do I have someone doing that already? I have a feeling I do. I have a wagon doing that already. Right. Yes, right. That does make sense. Because I don't have any households which are level 4. And only level 4 households will actually want to take the cake. So in that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down 2 barns. Boom. And you are going to be gourmet, and you're going to be gourmet. Okay, and we're going to grab in that little wagon that's hiding underneath there. Let it come here, and then we're going to go and find that other wagon which is there, and we are going to tell you to grab cake from there. I'll pause the game, bring it over and drop it in that barn there, and you are going to grab cake from there and drop it in that barn instead. Okay. Okay. And I think we've got one of these trains set to gourmet, have we not? Got food, general, food and general. No, we've only got one of each. So the food, general, food, general. Oh, that one is medicine, and then you should be on gourmet or speciality. Sorry, which speciality is cakes. So yeah, seems like a bit of a weird way of doing this, but I just generally want to empty that silo out and use up the resources here so that I can move this factory. I could just turn it back on again and just let it go, but we're not using these resources yet, so there is no point. So instead, I think we will just use up these resources and that'll do. I should probably keep some berries and some sugar. So we've got some, although I'm not going to delete the farm on this yet. I think I'll let it use its resources, see what it's going to need to have left. Because it's obviously going to use loads of one over the other. So, like it's going to have, say, loads of jam left. It's probably going to run out of eggs for anything. So, I could turn off all of that. And, say, just do grain, I suppose. Just keep producing one grain every now and then. And we'll see how it goes, because grain is required for 2 different things here, so... generally I'm just killing time till this is done. It's getting there. It is getting there. Just taking a while. Okay. There is also a worker view down here, so let's have a look. I've got a single wagon doing nothing. Why are you doing nothing? You are doing nothing because you want to drop off something. You want to drop off... yes, right. Rails. We will need rails down here as well. Something else we can do whilst we get the infrastructure in. In order to build mana rails, we need mana conveyor belts. We need normal metal conveyor belts and air crystals. Well, air crystals are there. Normal metal conveyor belts can be made somewhere else. That's not conveyor belts, that's actually train tracks. Not what I was thinking. You're done with your leather grabbing. Means you are now done. Goodbye. Saves another person. Awesome. Yeah. Of course, this cart is going to have cake in it for years as it goes round and round. So when we do upgrade to level 4 houses, whoever gets the first lot of cake, yeah, you're going to enjoy that. Okay, so we have finally unlocked mana. I like that. I like the big pop-up. We have a mana transmitter, a mana receiver, an enchanter, which we used already, but no. And we've unlocked the mana pipes and enchanted books and recipes. Enchanted books obviously are useful for giving to people, as well as useful for projects. Let's should we do the other masteries, or should we go and do the enchanted accessories? I think I'll do enchanted accessories first, just to let that tick over and do what it's doing. But now we can make mana pipes. We need to make mana pipes, and then we also need to make a mana transmitter and a mana receiver. Is that right? Hold on. Transmitted through mana pipe. Do you know? I don't know how this works. This has changed. So first we need to build mana pipes. They are made in the mana forge. Okay, what do we need for mana pipe? Mana pipe. Requires mana crystals and fuel and a steam pipe. Okay. So it turns out this mana forge is actually going to be required in many different places. The mana crystals, they're required for making several different things. So maybe we should mix some things up here slightly. I think what I want to do is I want to plant some more mana down, but at the same time I want to make sure I have space here for upgrading these. So I'm thinking, actually, what if we turn off the mana shards here and remove them? And we'll move the mana shard production to to a slightly different location. This is where I go and do it all and discover that it just literally is required in 3 places. And I removed some of the air stones. I thought I was going to do that. But it's okay. We can put them down because we have some in storage. So that's fine. Okay. Yeah, the mana receiver, mana transmitter. The transmitter, I'm sure, is what produces mana, and the receiver is what receives it, obviously. And what does that do? That receives something. And produces a purified element. Oh, is this the same as what it was last time, where you would send a enchanted like a fire crystal through, and it become a depleted fire crystal once it's used for fuel, and then the mana receiver, these ones here, would take it out of the mana pipes, so you could plug it into a recharger in order to boost it back up to power, and then the transmitter will put it back into the pipes. I think that's how it works. There's nothing else we've got here that does things. You can see here I've got actual limits here. I've got 36 out of 40 houses. Food markets, I've got 1 of 4. And 1 of 3, 1 of 3, and 1 of 2 there. Based on your base level, your home base, you can only build a certain amount of buildings. It only applies to those ones there. So you couldn't have 4 food markets when you were only like a level 1 or 2 base, because then you'd be either force feeding people too quickly or you're spreading out too much. It sort of makes you condense your towns down a bit. So like speciality goods, I've only got 2. Luckily my town, the way I've designed it, it's only ever going to need 2. I think we're going to have another one down here somewhere. 4 of these all down here somewhere doing exactly the same thing. But early on in the game, it does mean that you would have to pack people around the food market to keep them happy, because you couldn't have multiple food markets. So yeah, and space is obviously a big thing early on games, because tiles cost well, that's going to cost me 10, but that's because this map is old versions, and I believe they cost a lot more than that. They cost like 1,000 or 10,000 or so to go. So yeah, that's the reason for the numbers there. What I'm getting confused at is there is a way to regenerate depleted crystals. Once you used up a resource, they become a depleted resource, like what we had over here with the stone, which I think I've now got rid of. Yes, I have. But once they become a depleted deposit, like this is got 30 in it, it can then be recharged with a mana building. But I don't actually know what building that is that does it. I'm not quite sure why I have the shrines locked away. Fire shrine, a water shrine, and an earth shrine, but I don't appear to have an air shrine anywhere. to build. So is it the shrines that do the recharging? You're a lot behind Fire Mastery, Water Mastery, and Earth Mastery. Not in pipes, not in tools. Farming and mining? Place gold, place firestone. Oh, I can't actually place any firestones till I get that. So I can place air stones, that's okay. Oh. I'm just a little confused by that I don't appear to have an air shrine. I don't know whether I should have an air shrine. There's no description of what they do, unfortunately. You just got to sort of put them down and do it. I kind of hope one of those is what recharges the fire. Oh, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. I'm getting distracted again. Sorry. Right. So what do I want to do? I was going to move this. I was going to put another mine in somewhere and have it produce stuff. So I'm going to turn off that grabber, and I am going to grab another barn here. In fact, I'm going to grab another 2 barns here, and I'm going to do that. And we're going to use up all of these that's in here in this storage, and produce lots of mana crystals. Any tooltip when I mouse over things. Wondering whether that's because I turned off context menus or not. It seems a little odd. So the tooltips are in the top corner, so maybe when you click building you don't get tooltips. So okay. Yeah, I just want to fill this out so I can put another mine, I think here, right here. Which now seems like a strange place, but it'll be fine because the coal can come past it. And then we can have the mine output here, and then the mana forge can go down to these ones here required. It can go off to other ones that are required, because obviously to build mana pipes, for instance, we need steam pipes and we need. So let's build steam pipes. So this is where our coal is going to come in. Yep, that's where our coal is going to come in. So I want to test first how big I need to put in that. So that's going to go there. Means that the outline. Not particularly required, but yeah. Don't need that. Awesome sauce, thank you. And also, we don't technically need all of these, because I could have quite literally just fed these into one mana extractor, and it could do all of these. So I did not need 4 of them, but I built it this way because I didn't know. So it's going to stay that way, basically. Okay. Oh dear, did not mean to remove all that coal. Oh well, doesn't matter. Isn't important. Does not matter. Okay, so we want. I suppose I'll put a barn there, like so, and we will put down. Oh, what I do want to do before we use it all up is put down some of these mana crystals, don't I? And that's it. That's as many as we can put down for the minute. So I've used all of them up. Okie dokie. Right. And you're out of fuel. So we'll put that there. And you're going to be on to, you're going to make mana crystals. Yep. And you're going to put mana crystals in a box like so. Or a barn like so, not even, not a box. And I'm going to turn off your recipe, your output, your bits and pieces into that one there. Or some sauce. Boom. Oh dear. Yep, that's okay. I want to. Oh, still can't copy large you put down. Boom and. How many have I got in there? 10? Yeah, 10. Oh, there we go. Right, so I've got a loop. That's what I wanted. That's fine. Okay. Right, you're producing those. You're producing those. You're getting those. Going to temporarily turn that around, and we'll turn the coal extraction back on. Now it'll start doing its wonderful, wonderful thing. Dropping that temporarily, just things going, and hopefully we will be able to produce some bits and pieces going. Done, or done, or done. Okie dokie, right. So, that's fine. That's all good. That's all good and dandy. Right. So, we also need to produce mana pipes, and I suppose mana bricks would be helpful. Although I think we have quite a few mana bricks stored somewhere. Not entirely sure where. I do remember having a whole barn full of them. Down here, was it? Yeah, there. Okay, so not get confused at that. So you've got loads of mana bricks in you, that's fine. But I do obviously want to produce more mana bricks. Mana bricks are produced by coal as well as that and brick. Okay. So that means that you probably want to go there-ish. I'm not sure what else mana brick is actually used in. Doesn't appear to be used in anything in those. Not used in anything in those. It might be used in our new building, our new enchanter. Enchanter is actually used to build the enchanter. Mana brick is used to build every. Let's put down enchanter. Let's see. What recipes do you have? You have a health potion award, an enchanted book, and a stamina spell book. And under lock stuff, you do not require any brick, ever. So brick is purely just used to build mana structures. Okay? Okay. In that case, it's not a important system. Resource. Why do I keep saying the word system? So, what if I was to do that and go with a grabber? Now, do you output first or do you grab first, or do I even want to do that? No, I think I will. I think I'll go with a grabber, because this is going to become yeah. This. Yeah, sorry. My brain went blank for a moment there. So we're gonna need. We got one. We need 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 5 of these buildings if I'm going to spread it all out, which probably I'm going to do. We need 5 of these buildings. So you're doing mana crystals in the centre. You can do mana brick on the side because that's not as important. I want to grab a spare cart. Boom. I want to tell you to take mana brick into there. Fill that with mana brick. So we're only going to make about 40 of them, then we're done. I also want to have a look at whether we've got any mana brick in the base very quickly. I do. I have 20 of it in the base. So let's grab another wagon. Okay, you are to grab mana brick. Put it over there. And it can all go in that one barn there, which is fine. I do need to change up my fuel delivery, however. That's going to have to come down there like so. Very confused as to what happened there. And I want to... I think I've got enough resources for everything, so if I was to put... I'm confusing myself here. Hold on just a moment. I'm confusing myself. That one needs priority because that's the more important one, and then everything else should come after it. But I'm going to have items before it as well. We're going to have another mana forge to produce the pipes, which will be here, and another one to produce the conveyor belts and the rail ties. So we're going to have a couple, which means I suppose just splitters would do the job, wouldn't they? I mean, I guess. Yeah. Don't know. Can splitters push things over the edge of? No, they can't. No, you actually. It's not like a conveyor. So if I did that and that, there we go. You'll push into that end one. Good. Right. And that end one's also going to need brick, which we are producing up here, but currently don't have any way of getting it down there. I might just do that with cart. In fact, we have a brick cart there. Let's that's not going to work. That's just that's pure brick, isn't it? No, we want one of these. We want a stonemason down here as well. Put that on the road there. Suppose. Yep. Let's get rid of that coal. Goodbye, coal. Grab a stonemason. Put him there. Out that. You want to produce stone. Polished stone. Ooh. Okay. That's new. Polished stone, I assume, is given to sold to people? Yeah, probably. Right, you are to grab brick from there and are now to drop it off in there. Yep, that's your new temporary. Where are you going? Right. Hold on a moment. I have not filtered all these barns. You see that now he was going to go and drop off his stone brick. I think he's going to drop it off in there, but he may be trying to travel to one of these barns as well. He's not. He's going to that one there. But must remember to filter these barns. So that is going to be purified mana crystals. Also, I probably want to filter this barn here, which I have not done. That wants to be coal. That will explain why it had leather in it earlier on, because I had not filtered it. And a wagon saw a spare place in it and went, I'm going to put my load in there because I can. That's why. Okay, you are going to be mana crystals. And just by filtering stuff, it always means that you won't get something random in there. Because that coal one, although that wasn't a problem because it was only using up one slot. Why do I not see it up there? That's why. It was only using up one slot there. Had another cart decided to drop a herb in there, for instance, that's 2 slots gone with only 1 herb, and then a log, for instance, that's 3 slots gone. And before you know it, all 4 slots are filled with something that isn't coal, which is like 1 item of each, 3 of that, 4 of the one, you know, and then your whole coal system stops. So, yeah. So these are filled with gourmet. That's a sandwich, and that's 4 coats only. Okay, these ones are all filtered correctly, I believe. Let me double check. A little bit paranoid now. Yes. The issue I thought we were having here is happening. That one is full. This one, not so much. So when this is calling for cloth, that one's getting it instead. Yeah, that's kind of what I expected, to be honest with you. Yeah, so your mana crystals, your earth shards, your water, your air, fire crystals, air crystals, earth crystals. These 2 are, well, realistically just a temporary solution. So I can empty those out back into that barn there. And I will also move that round before I end up in some infinite loop, which is not what we want. Yes, yeah, you were dumping off your ore into the right place. You're grabbing the mana bricks. You're doing that. There should be another cart. Yep, there he is. I'm going to build a little road there as well. Okay. Obviously, what I'd rather do is have a rail system dropping off the stone, I think. Yep, I think I would definitely prefer that, but we will get there. We'll get there eventually. Yeah, right, you're bringing those. How many more have we got in their base? We haven't. You're the last load. Awesome. Right. Okay. So that's doing that there. You're not getting any resources, which makes sense because I need to plant them down. I'm still not sure how you recharge, but there is something on the Discord which I will have a look at. But there is a way to recharge depleted resources. I'm thinking about it because I don't want to put down something there and then find out I need to put in a shrine, for instance, that's going to recharge them. It's a waste of putting things down, but then I can wait for them to be depleted. And depleted stuff still actually produces goods. It just produces it very, very slowly. But I think we're okay. I think we're okay. So, right, you're doing that, you're doing that. You're filling that, you're fine, you're working, everything is working fine and dandy here, right. I'm going to remove that because we have plenty of coal anyway, not all that fussed. Okay, so, the next one of these that we're going to have to build is going to be the mana pipe system, which is another one that does not actually require that much goods wise, so, and it's only required like for one thing for me building stuff, so I'm going to put that there like that, build a little loop like so, and we're going to have it directly feed from this thing here. Now I think the grabbers may take priority over the front door, I'm not sure. If they do, we'll have to change this up, because obviously I don't want that, I want everything shared kind of evenly, but yeah, we'll see how that works. Yeah, so you are going to be on mana pipe duty, but you also require steam pipes. Now steam pipes, mana pipe, what is that? Omni pipe, I don't even know what that is. Yeah, so you require well, fuel. That's easy enough done. And then we build on that. Well, you'll get fuel. You're also going to require mana crystals, which you will get from that once it's done. And you require steam pipes. Steam pipes require a bit of infrastructure because they're built in a machine shop, I believe they are, and they require iron plates. And iron plates are built in a forge, and we haven't set the forge up for anything yet. So that's going to be the next thing. I remember saying last episode that's going to be the next thing, but we're getting there. We're building things, and I'm having to change some things up here as we're discovering resources that aren't working. Not needed anymore. I have a sneaking suspicion that's been turned off for quite a while. Why are you still? Oh, because that should be turned on. There we go. Is that better? Yay, there we go. Right. Okay, so our flour's now back in business. Okay. Yeah. Right, so that's working, that's doing its bits and pieces. The coal will be going up there anyway, that's working fine. Okie what I should also do is I shall remove that splitter there, and I shall put in a splitter. So realistically I think coal should kind of have a priority, but no. For the distance, that's absolutely fine. Flour I'm going to leave as is, because it's close to that. I don't mind if 3 or 4 carts go down and pick things up and drop them off. That won't be an issue. Whereas when it's like here, if you end up with I want milk, we ended up with 200 milk in the system. Not ideal. Not ideal. We do have a small drawback here. I've just realised is that this grain mill is now going to start doing nothing, because the first grain mill is going to be the one that gets emptied. Probably should have had 1 grain mill. Yep, I think I should have. I really think I should have there. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll turn off the grabbers on that. And we'd probably have to wait forever because these are now full of stuff and aren't really needing anything, so yeah. But Let's just change this up ever so slightly. Like so. Yep, right. Turn that one back on. You can see what I'm doing there. I'm just trying to filter everything into the one central one. In fact, I should probably turn that off. Otherwise we're going to end up getting overly full before this barn empties out. It really is taking its time though. But yeah, so that's generally going to be it for this episode. I do hope you've enjoyed this one. We are progressing down here very slowly. I do realise that. I do realise it is very slow here, but that's just the way it is, I'm afraid. I can't particularly go any faster than the game will let me. Particularly when we're having to wait for certain things. Like research or whatever else. Speaking of which, we are coming along with our research, which is okay. Yeah, when I'm sort of waiting for things to move around or change things or do bits and pieces, and also when I get distracted, which happens a lot. You may have noticed, I do end up getting distracted an awful lot because there's just so much I want to try. So many new things that come into my head as I'm playing. And, yeah, I just generally come up with ideas and be like, oh, let's change this. That suggestions come along. Obviously, these splitters here, that's fantastic. Thank you very much for that. That does grab things and change things here. For some bizarre reason, our sheep are going very slowly. I can obviously upgrade these as well if need be. Not that I think we need to. I think everything's working fine. Maybe wool's just the only thing that's running a bit slow at the moment. I've also got a redundant piece of thing here because the eggs don't ever produce fertilizer. I suppose I could just say eggs produce fertilizer as well if I wanted to. I don't know why I'd want to. I think if we're getting enough fertilizer somewhere, it would look better, wouldn't it? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Yeah. Just to fill up this a little bit. I don't really know why, but yeah. And to use more valuable resources that I don't have enough of already. Yeah. Okay, so we are getting parts grabbing things and dropping off, but obviously things getting used in places and yada yada. Yeah, we really need to get these going. But anyway, yes, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this one. I hope to see you again next time, and until then, as always, have fun.